Good morning and welcome to Mr. Kyle's Orchids. I'm in my highly outdated kitchen, watering the phals that need to be watered this week. And not every one of the phals get watered every week. There's a couple still in the grow space that the roots are still green from last week. Most of these guys are planted in rocks anyway. I say most when I'm looking at three right now that are not, but uh, anywho, so I know they need water. This one right here is my oldest fowl, and it was going through some decline for a while there. Started to pick up care, after like those Facebook groups like American Orchid Society and groups like that were available, and learned some things about taking care of the fowls, which I didn't know. And even though I had fowls for like 30 years, killed hundreds. But anyway, so this one struggled and I repotted it early spring of this year in rocks. It summered outside. It did really well. It's bounced back and it's forming a little spike down there. Almost see it. So it hasn't bloomed in years. So that's great. Happy about that. Um, everything seems to be in spike except for this little guy, which struggled, did not like being repotted. It's starting to come back a little bit, but I don't need it to bloom. Um, it's cute little flowers. I remember that one. Ginormous spikes here on my no ID fowl. That one that's kind of greenish, yellow, white. It stays in bloom for a long time. That one stayed in bloom through August. This is another one that didn't skip blooming last year. It's now got a spike. And over here, this is one I got at the Fall for Orchid show from Seagrows, and it finally bloomed. It sent up a little new little spike and put a bud out and bloomed, and then it's also sent up this other spike here, which has got a bud on it. The original spike is right there and is doing nothing. But anyway, it's blooming. It's nicely fragrant. It's kind of lemony, rosy type fragrance. This little guy's got two spikes. I didn't notice that second spike until this morning. No spike here. This one needs to rest. It was in bloom for a long time last year. I don't need a spike here. This one's struggling as well was. It's not anymore. Was struggling after the repot. Um, don't need that to bloom myself. And then this guy, Art Nouveau, is putting on another spike, which I didn't think it would because I didn't put it outside or get any weather change. It stayed in bloom for 8 months last year, or the beginning of this year, over last year to this year. This is Mini Mark giving me a lot of little kikis down there. And then over here, all my other little guys, mostly, I mean, they're all no IDs, but except for this one. Uh, no spike on that. It's a summer bloomer. It's adjusting. No spike on this guy either. It's also another summer bloomer, but I bought these guys in bloom, so I can't take credit. But we got spikes here. I thought this was going to be spikes, but turned out to be kikis. We've got two spikes on this one. Spike on this guy. This one's still adjusting to life with Mr. Kyle, but so no spike there, and we've got a spike here. If I could remember what that looked like, I would tell you. And then this one as well. I don't remember what it looks like, but we've got a nice spike coming up there. I'm going to be reminded soon. And then this one, which I'm excited that is going to bloom again. It was in bud bloom when I bought it, and skipped last year, adjusted to life with me, and sending up the spike. This guy, this guy, that guy, uh, this one, and that one spent the summer outside on the table. So also into early fall. So they got some cool mornings. They got down to 40 a couple times, and they were fine. So I attribute that maybe to them spiking, or it's just their time of year to spike because, like I said, Art Nouveau over there, it's consistent temperature all summer and is spiking. Gonna get some water on these, and then we'll take a look at the grow space, which is in the other room. Get my last one, some water here. No, actually, it's more than water. Fertilizer, CalMag. It's 2020 Miracle Grow. And then CalMag, about 6 milliliters per 2 gallons. Anyway, while those soak for about 10-15 minutes, let's go look at the other side. So this is where that bucket lives. I use this bucket to water all the mounted orchids up on the grid wall and some of the little guys down there that need daily watering. So that was down to about a gallon or so of water, fertilizer, and CalMag, and I'm just adding plain water that's been sitting out all night to it, and that should get me through the rest of the week of watering my mounts and the little guys. All right, in case you're curious. Also, it's sitting on a little heating pad, seed warming pad, to keep the water warmer than it is. Not sure really what the temperature is. I haven't measured that. Sometimes in life, things seem to take longer than you want it to. Yeah, I found 2 Phals I forgot about. I had to bring them in there and get them watered, get water on them. So this dendrobium opened up for me, needs to have proper showing. And in full sun this morning, um, clouds decided to loosen up so the sun could come out. It rained all day yesterday, or it was overcast all day. It didn't rain all day, but it was overcast all day, rain later afternoon. Anywho, we'll take a look at that a little bit later. You can tell the window's a lot, well, aside from it being dirty, I'm missing a few orchids up there. I moved around some things. I tested, remember I was testing the cuckolata over here, which I had moved. That was over in the window, and I moved it over here. It came up negative, but the nodosa behind it, I went ahead and tested it because it was dripping on other orchids, and it turned out to be positive. So that went in the trash with the 7 other vandas that were positive as well. The Phals, as you notice in there, each have their own individual watering vessels. If they don't have something, I'd get something. I learned, not from experience, but from what other people said, not to share water with those and my um, these guys up here, and all these. So I don't share water anymore. The Vandas, I was just, they're doing well. I was, I guess, ignorant and arrogant at the same time, thinking that they'd be fine, but I was wrong. I will test these two probably next month after they finish blooming, just to see where they stand, because they did share water with them, other ones as well. So it's just a matter of time. Since then, they each have their own watering container and they hang dry away from everybody else, and then they get placed back up in their spot after they're dry. Um, so there's that update. I don't want to go too long today. I will show you the what's that, Verona Blue Waxy in at the end, and I got just opening up over here my Kai Louise first time bloomer and first time blooming for me. And then we're still waiting on Renee Marquis to come up. Might as well take a look at if we can. The sun's in the wrong spot. I'll get a better video of that as well. That's the Bangkok Sunset hybrid that I got from Plant Madness down in Florida. Okay, hope everybody has a great week, and hopefully we'll talk to you next week. Oh, and hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving, those who celebrate.